Baltimore Orioles versus Cleveland Guardians. On Thursday, the Baltimore Orioles will take on the Cleveland Guardians at Progressive Field, and Baltimore and Cleveland met for a three-game series in April. The O's won 2 of the matchups, and the series is tied 5-5 over the last 10 matchups. The over was 8-1-1 in those 10 games. Baltimore, 44-56 SU, 45-55 RL, and 44-52-4 OU, lost 2 of 3 against Tampa Bay in its previous series. The Orioles are 4-6 in their last 10 games. The under went 6-4. The O's will start right-hander Charlie Morton tomorrow against Cleveland. In his last appearance, the 41-year-old gave up 7 runs on 8 hits, including 2 homers in 5.1 innings against the Rays. He is 5'8" with a 5.58 ERA and 1.56 WHIP in 21 appearances, 15 starts, including 2-5 with a 6.81 ERA and 1.73 WHIP on the road, 37.0 IP. Baltimore hopes to advance much further this postseason after squandering a terrific regular season with a quick exit in the playoffs. The Orioles' pitching staff hasn't helped in their quest, 5.00 ERA, as the rotation has taken a step back with Corbin Burnes gone and Grayson Rodriguez still on the IL with a lat injury. The O's lineup is talented, although that won't be enough if they can't get better results on the mound. Kyle Bradish has struggled to stay healthy, and Dean Kremer has been inconsistent, making it difficult for Baltimore to establish any momentum with its starting rotation. While their offense can produce in bunches, ranking among the top 5 in homers and slugging percentage, the burden has fallen too heavily on the bullpen. Without improved outings from their starters, the Orioles risk another disappointing finish despite one of the most dynamic lineups in the American League. Cleveland, 50-50 SU, 53-47 RL, and 47-53 OU, won 2 of 3 against the Athletics in its previous series. The Guardians are 8-2 in their last 10 games. The over was 7-3. Cleveland will start lefty Logan Allen on Thursday versus Baltimore. In his previous outing, the 26-year-old allowed 3 runs on 8 hits in 5 1/3 innings against the A's. He is 6-8 with a 4.06 ERA and 1.38 WHIP in 19 appearances, 18 starts, including 3-6 with a 4.06 ERA and 1.31 WHIP at home, 51.0 IP. Allen has been reliable for Cleveland despite lacking overpowering stuff, leaning on his command and pitch sequencing to generate outs. He features a 4-pitch mix and has shown the ability to work deep into games when efficient. While his strikeout numbers are modest, he keeps the ball in the park and limits big innings. Facing a powerful Orioles lineup, he'll need to execute with precision, especially against Baltimore's right-handed sluggers who have fared well against southpaws this season. Guardians had the second-best record in the American League last season, but fell short in the postseason as New York bounced them 4-1 in the ALCS. Cleveland has trailed Detroit for most of the season, but it's hardly a ball club bettors can write off. With Jose Ramirez, Carlos Santana, Kyle Manzardo, and others, the Guardians have veteran experience and power, and their rotation is solid, 3.95 ERA. Ramirez continues to anchor the offense with his clutch hitting and all-around consistency, while Santana provides leadership and timely power from the middle of the order. Manzardo's presence adds depth, making the lineup tougher to pitch around. Defensively, Cleveland remains one of the more disciplined and fundamentally sound clubs in the league. Additionally, their bullpen has shown flashes of dominance, offering a strong bridge to the late innings. While their division race has been challenging, the Guardians remain firmly in the playoff conversation and have the makeup of a team capable of getting hot at the right time. Baltimore struggled against Allen earlier this season and enters this matchup lacking offensive momentum, 33 runs in their last 10 games. The Orioles haven't fared well against southpaws all season, ranking 27th in WOBA and 26th in WRC+. Their lefty splits reveal a lack of power and on-base efficiency, which has limited their ability to generate early offense. I don't trust them to score early against Allen, and I doubt they'll pose a threat against the home team's bullpen, which ranks just outside the top 10 in ERA this season and has consistently locked things down in the late innings. With Baltimore's bats cooling off and Cleveland's pitching staff performing at a high level both in the rotation and relief corps, it's difficult to envision the Orioles putting together a breakout performance here. In the fourth matchup between these teams, I anticipate a lower-scoring game, with Cleveland likely scoring most of the runs in the contest, especially if they capitalize on Baltimore's early game struggles and maintain pressure throughout. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Guardians ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Toronto Blue Jays versus Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers will look to get back on track when they begin a 4-game home series on Thursday, July 24th, against the Toronto Blue Jays. Detroit entered Wednesday with the best record in the American League, but has struggled mightily of late, losing 9 of its last 10 games, including a 6-1 loss to the Pirates to complete the sweep. The offense has cooled off significantly during this stretch, and the pitching staff has failed to contain opposing lineups, putting added pressure on the bullpen. The Toronto Blue Jays entered Wednesday night leading the American League East by 3 games. They top MLB with a .260 batting average and rank 10th in scoring, averaging 4.6 runs per game, thanks to a balanced lineup that combines consistent contact with timely power. George Springer leads the team with 17 home runs and ranks second with 55 RBI, continuing to be a consistent power source in the lineup. Bo Bichette paces the club with 57 RBI and has added 12 home runs, showing his value as both a contact and run-producing hitter. Other key contributors include Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 13 home runs, 48 runs batted in, whose raw power makes him a threat every at-bat. Addison Barger, 14 home runs, 44 runs batted in, who's been a breakout force this season, and Alejandro Kirk, .304 average, 46 RBI, whose high average and clutch hitting have made him one of the most productive backstops in baseball. Their collective performance is a driving force behind Toronto's offensive stability. Eric Lauer is scheduled to start for Toronto. He enters the game with a 5-2 record, a 2.80 ERA, and a 0.97 WHIP, showcasing excellent command and an ability to keep hitters off balance. In his previous outing against the Tigers on May 17th, Lauer allowed just 1 run over 3 innings in a 2-1 Blue Jays victory, flashing his effectiveness even in a short appearance. The southpaw has limited opponents to a 198 batting average this season and has been particularly tough on left-handed hitters. Toronto's bullpen has also been solid, ranking 6th in MLB with a 3.52 ERA, and continues to provide strong late-inning support when protecting leads. Despite leading the AL Central by 8.5 games, the Tigers have dropped 9 of their last 10 contests, raising concerns about their recent form. Since the All-Star break, Detroit owns MLB's worst team batting average at .188 and has hit just 2 home runs, tied for second fewest in the league over that span. The sudden offensive collapse has been fueled by a lack of hard contact and prolonged slumps from key hitters. On the season, they still average a respectable 4.8 runs per game and rank 10th with 127 home runs, but unless their lineup finds a spark soon, the division cushion could quickly evaporate. Riley Green leads the Tigers with 25 home runs and 65 RBI, followed by Spencer Torkelson with 21 homers and 59 RBI. Reese Olson, 4-3, 2.71 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, is slated to take the mound Thursday. On the road, Olsen is 1-2 with a 3.03 ERA, continuing to show steady command and poise in tough environments. He has had success against Toronto, posting a 1-0 record and a remarkable 0.55 ERA in 4 career appearances, showing he matches up well with their lineup. However, Detroit's bullpen has been sliding lately, now ranked 20th in MLB with a 4.03 ERA, and recent outings have exposed their vulnerability in holding leads. If Olsen doesn't go deep into the game, the Tigers may struggle to contain Toronto's late-inning offense. Since the All-Star break, 5 of the Tigers' 6 games have gone under the total, with Detroit scoring more than 2 runs just once. Their lineup has been consistently overmatched, especially against left-handers, and I expect their offensive struggles to continue against Lauer, who is having a strong season. Lauer has effectively kept hitters off balance with his command and ability to limit hard contact. Coupled with Olsen's past success against the Blue Jays and his 2.22 ERA over his last 5 appearances, the under is the play here as well. With 2 steady arms on the mound and Detroit's bats still in a prolonged slump, this matchup has all the markings of a low-scoring affair. It's tough to trust the Tigers right now. They rank dead last in batting average and OPS since the All-Star break, while the Blue Jays are second in batting average and 6th in OPS during the same stretch. Both teams have quality starters on the mound, but Toronto's bullpen has been far more reliable. The Blue Jays also boast a deeper, more consistent lineup, featuring multiple hitters batting over .280 during the second half of the season, while Detroit continues to struggle to produce runs in key situations. The Tigers' inability to string together hits has made it difficult to support them even in favorable matchups. The play for Thursday is on the Blue Jays. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Toronto Blue Jays ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. San Diego Padres versus St. Louis Cardinals. It's the opening game of a 4-game weekend series between National League rivals on the diamond in the Gateway City, as the San Diego Padres travel to face the St. Louis Cardinals Thursday night, and San Diego played the rubber game of a 3-game set in South Beach against the Marlins Wednesday afternoon, falling 3-2. St. Louis played the rubber game of a 3-game series on the road against the Rockies Wednesday afternoon. The Cardinals fell 8-4 in the middle game of that set, Tuesday night. Last season, the Cardinals won the season series 4-3, though the teams split 4 meetings in St. Louis in the most recent series, August 26th to 29th, 2024. San Diego fell to 3-3 since the All-Star break, as they were beaten in the rubber game of their road set with the Marlins Wednesday afternoon. The Padres entered Wednesday 55-47 and stood second in the NL West, 4 games behind the Dodgers for the top spot. They held the final wild-card spot in the National League by 2 games over the Giants. Against Miami Wednesday, San Diego finished with 7 hits, though Manny Machado, RBI, was the lone player with 2 in the contest. The Padres were just 2 of 6 with runners in scoring position and left 3 men on base in the game. Dylan Cease, 3-10, took the loss as he allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, on 4 hits with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts over 5 innings of work. Yu Darvish is on the bump for the Padres in this contest as he logs his 4th start of the season. He is 0-2 with a 6.08 ERA, a 1.50 whip, 7 walks, and 8 strikeouts over 13.1 innings of work this season. Darvish took the loss in his last start, which came against the Nationals on the road Saturday. He threw 5 innings, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits with 1 walk and 1 strikeout in a 4-2 Padres defeat. Darvish makes his 10th career start against the Cardinals in this contest. He is 2-4 with a 3.20 ERA, a 1.00 whip, 13 walks, and 68 strikeouts over 59 innings of work against them. Darvish is 0-2 with a 2.70 ERA. A 0.938 whip, 6 walks and 28 strikeouts over 26.2 innings of work in 4 career starts at Busch Stadium. St. Louis dropped to 1-4 since the All-Star break as they were doubled up on the road by Colorado in their previous game, Tuesday night. The Cardinals entered Wednesday afternoon 52-50 and stood third in the NL Central, 8.5 games behind the Cubs and Brewers for the top spot. They were 3.5 games behind the Padres for the final wild-card spot in the National League. Against Colorado Tuesday, St. Louis finished with 11 hits as Brendan Donovan, RBI, Alec Burleson, run, Wilson Contreras, run, and Jordan Walker, run, each had a pair in the loss. The Cardinals went just 2 of 10 with runners in scoring position and left 9 runners on base in the game. Eric Fede, 3-10, took the loss as he allowed 6 runs on 7 hits with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts over 3 innings of work. Sonny Gray is on the bump for the Cardinals in the series opener as he makes his 21st start of the season in this contest. He is 9-4 with a 4.04 ERA, a 1.15 whip, 19 walks, and 123 strikeouts over 687 innings, 111.1 innings of work on the year. Gray took the loss in his last start, which came against the Diamondbacks on the road Saturday. He threw 3.1 innings, allowing 9 runs, 8 earned, on 11 hits with no walks and 5 strikeouts in a 10-1 Cardinals defeat. In his last 3 starts, Gray is 1-1 with an 8.74 ERA, a 1.76 whip, 1 walk, and 16 strikeouts over 11.1 innings of work. Gray makes his 4th career start against the Padres in this contest. He is 3-0 with a 1.59 ERA, a 0.941 whip, 4 walks, and 19 strikeouts over 17 innings of work against them. Gray is 16-9 with a 2.90 ERA, a 1.063 WHIP, 47 walks, and 219 strikeouts over 195.2 innings of work over 34 career starts at Busch Stadium, where he's consistently delivered strong performances. Both teams have had issues coming out of the All-Star break and have to travel in after playing Wednesday afternoon on the road. Darvish has struggled after missing the first almost 3 months of the season and has made only 3 starts, showing rust and inconsistency while failing to pitch deep into games. Gray was roughed up in his last start on the road against Arizona but is 6-1 with a 2.83 ERA, a 1.16 whip, 14 walks, 73 strikeouts, and has allowed only 4 homers over 66.2 innings of work in 12 home starts on the year, consistently keeping hitters off balance at home with excellent command. With Darvish having issues on the mound and the Padres' bats rather dormant against the Marlins in the first part of the week, scoring just 5 total runs over 3 games, the advantage swings toward the Redbirds in this contest, especially given their recent success at Busch Stadium and superior bullpen stability late in games. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is St. Louis Cardinals ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. The Athletics versus Houston Astros. The Athletics, 42-61. Will be going for the series lead when they visit Daikin Park on Thursday night to face Houston, 59-42, in the first game of their 4-game series. Luis Severino, 3-10, 5.10 ERA, will get the start for the Athletics. The Astros have not announced their starter for the game. Houston is 6-4 in its last 10 games against the Athletics. The Athletics aren't playing well at the moment, and they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. They are 5th in the AL West standings, 8 games out of 4th place, and will try to move up the division standings with a win on Thursday. The Athletics average 4.24 runs per game, which is 20th in the league. Their .248 batting average is 14th in the league. Their .315 on base percentage is 19th, while their .420 slugging percentage is 6th. Jacob Wilson leads the Athletics with a .315 batting average. Brent Rooker leads the team with 21 home runs, while Tyler Soderstrom leads the team with 57 RBI. The Athletics are giving up 5.65 runs per game, which is 29th in the league. Opponents have a .265 batting average against the Athletics, which is 27th in the league. Their 5.29 ERA is 29th, while their 1.44 ERA is 28th. In his last start, Severino gave up 3 hits and 2 runs in 5 innings, leading to an 8-2 win over Cleveland. He is 2-5 with a 4.52 ERA in 12 games. Against Houston, the Astros bounced back from their series loss to Seattle with a series win over Arizona. They currently lead the AL West with a 5-game lead over the Mariners, and will try to increase their division lead and the series lead when they play on Thursday. Houston averages 4.41 runs per game, which is 14th in the league. Their .259 batting average is 2nd in the league. Their .324 on-base percentage is 8th, while their .410 slugging percentage is 11th. Jeremy Pena leads Houston with a .322 batting average. Isaac Paredes leads the team with 19 home runs, while Jose Altuve leads the team with 53 RBI. Houston is giving up 3.78 runs per game, which is 3rd in the league. Opponents have a .225 batting average against the Astros, which is 2nd in the league. Their 3.59 ERA is 5th, while their 1.17 WHIP is 2nd. The Athletics played over the total in their last 5 games, while the Astros played over the total in 2 of their last 4 games. The Athletics average 4.24 runs per game and average 4.02 runs per game on the road. They're batting .248 for the season, and they're facing a pitching staff that is giving up 3.77 runs per game at home, which could work in their favor offensively. The Astros average 4.41 runs per game and average 6.67 runs per game in their last 3 games. They're batting .257 against right-handers, and they're facing a starter who gave up 16 runs in his last 3 road starts, indicating he has struggled in away environments. Expect these teams to score enough runs to push the score over the total. The Astros and Athletics played over the total in 2 of their last 3 meetings, and with both offenses showing signs of life, another high-scoring game seems likely. The Astros have won 3 of their last 4 games, while the Athletics have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Houston has the advantage here because they've been great against right-handers, boasting a top 10 OPS against righties. And they're facing Severino, who has struggled on the mound this season and gave up 12 runs in his last 3 starts. His command has been erratic, and he's frequently fallen behind in counts, forcing him into hitter-friendly situations. He gave up 16 runs in his last 3 road starts, and with the team having one of the worst bullpens in the league, ranking near the bottom in ERA and WHIP, they will have a hard time slowing down the Astros. Houston's offense, led by the likes of Yordan Alvarez, Kyle Tucker, and Alex Bregman, is more than capable of capitalizing on those mistakes, especially at home. If Severino can't find a way to limit the damage early, this could get out of hand quickly, giving Houston the upper hand in nearly every facet of the matchup. The Athletics won't be as successful offensively because they haven't hit the ball as well, and they're facing a team with one of the best pitching staffs in the league, both in terms of ERA and opponent batting average. They scored just 20 runs in 6 games against Houston this season and will likely struggle offensively once again, especially considering their lack of consistent production with runners in scoring position and their tendency to strike out at a high rate. Against elite starting arms and a deep bullpen that can shut down late-inning rallies, the A's will be hard-pressed to generate much offensive momentum in this matchup. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Houston Astros ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.